Hi everyone, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Fractal Define Compact. But it's the Fractal 7 Define Compact. No, they're calling it the Fractal 7 Compact. You know the one I mean anyway, that's where you clicked on the video. So what they've basically done is shrunk the original 7. It's not got the height of the XL, and I would say the XL is probably the big steroid prone brother of these two, but the Compact is a little shrunken down, easier to get on your IKEA desk version of the fully sized 7. So they shrunk it a little teeny bit. It's not a massive amount. I would get a tape measure out, but it's actually there at the moment if you see the yellow thing. And the reason why it is there is they say that there's only 305mm of GPU room if you were to fit a radiator in the front. They say you can get 360mm of radiator in if you don't have a front fan, 340 if you do have a fan, but then 305 if you have a fan and an AIO, or fans and radiators in there. But I've actually got the tape measure out, and that is a 312mm long Strix graphics card in there with a fan and a radiator. And the Strix isn't even bolted in the back, so there's another mil or two worth of space there, and it fits. Other than that, it's actually pretty normal Fractal. It hasn't got the front door that the normal sized version did, so it's got a static front. The whole front panel does pull off though. Other than that, you do still get an extra meshed panel in the roof if you did want to go about using the top radiator mount, and you can get a 240 in the roof if you wanted, and it's offset, which is really nice, which means you can get a good bit of depth there. And the only thing that you're going to have to go careful with the depth is the height of your RAM. It shouldn't be an issue with the majority of VRM heatsinks available on the market now, but RAM size, you're going to want some of the normal sized ones rather than something like big fat dominators or the big LED G-Skills. So if you were to do that, you can get a 240 in the roof if you'd like. There are mounts up there for 140s as well, but you'd run into problems if you wanted to put a 140 based radiator up there because of said RAM and VRM sync. So 140 fans, yes. 140 radiators, no. 240 fans, yes. 240 based radiators, yes as well. You can also, if you want, because of the removable panels in the front of the case, put a 360mm radiator in there as well. You can get 280 radiator in the front. Basically, you can get full-size rads in the front as well, which means you could put a 360mm AIO in the front if you wanted. And the point that I was trying to make with the Strix is because of the big length of the Strix, that was instantly the graphics card I normally pull up when they say 305mm long, to be able to work out whether you can really get the graphics card in there. And there is definitely room for the Strix with a fan and your radiator, so a full kind of setup in the front. I know a lot of people are going to worry about blowing hot CPU air onto a graphics card, but with a compact case like this, you are going to have to be able to take it with a pinch of salt and kind of make some slight compromises. It's not going to make an astronomical amount of difference. And all I would say is if you did go full 360 radiator or AIO in the front, just make sure that you've got some decent exhaust fans in the roof. Put a couple of low spinning RPM fans up there, or fans that are able to low spin, and just turn them down, and you'll be able to build yourself a really nice tidy system. Most systems would probably get by with a 360 because GPUs don't necessarily need massive amounts, but if you were careful about your choices, you probably could get a 360 in the front and a 240 in the roof. Issues with all that's going to be then where you're going to put your pump and your reservoir, and that's going to end up having to go in underneath the power supply cover in the bottom. It's possible, but it's going to be one for the more experienced builders. I would personally, if I was going to build in this, go with a 360mm AIO to keep your CPU temperatures down, assuming that you're going to need something massive in there to keep them down, or don't forget, bigger means quieter, and then go with a tasty air-cooled graphics card. And then you're probably going to be good to go. Compared to the Define 7, like the normal one, it doesn't have any vertical GPU slots in the back. but that's built into the case. Don't forget, you could go and grab a vertical mount from the likes of Cooler Master, which will bolt into the back of the case, so you could still run it in there anyway. Yes, I know, then that means you're not going to be able to put any add-in cards or anything like that in, but some of us just want a graphics card and for it to look amazing in the case, and you would be able to do it with this. Point to bring up though, if you do go and buy one of those said mounts, it is going to push your graphics card further back in the case, or further forward in the case, as it would be in this case. Too many cases. And if it did push your GPU further forward, then the problem with that would be you're then going to run into issues with that 360mm AIO that you've just bought, and you're probably going to have to just stick with a 240 in the roof. Okay, complicated, yes. But anyway, there's two solid-state drive mounts on the back side of the case. Lovely little cover, plenty of room in there for full-sized, or fat, I should say, power supplies. And there is a hard drive cage in there as well. The two solid-state drive mounts that are on the back, you can also move and put on the power supply cover. So you can move them into the front if you have a pair of meaty or lovely looking, I should say, 2.5-inch solid-state drives. Now you may be wondering to yourself, why have you not built it this time, Tom? And that would be because Tom is incredibly short of time at the moment, and he's trying to find the best way to get everything covered. Now I can review this without doing a complete build in it, because the only thing I've not been able to do is thermal tests. So it's a cracking little case, and it comes in at £107 for the tempered glass window version, which is probably going to be the one that most of you are going to buy. Only problem is, it doesn't come in white. So it's a small compact case that normally I would get this and fill it full of water cooling stuff and make it look lovely, but I literally just have had it here for a couple of days. And because of all the B550 stuff and everything like that going on at the moment, I've been incredibly busy. So it's a cracking little case. It definitely gets the TTL thumbs up. I would personally end up probably buying the normal 7 over this, but if you're short of space or the type of person that moves your PC around to LANs and stuff, this could be perfect. Just go careful with your GPU and your cooling options, and you'll be absolutely golden. Give it 5 minutes of thought before making your order, and I think you will be quoted happy. But for now at least, this has been the tiniest one with a rather rapid video out. Only the regulars watch right to the very end. We kind of know this. Yes, it has been a very quick, clear, maybe not clear, maybe that's the problem, but it has been a very quick video for me, and that's because I wanted to make sure that I got it covered, even though my phone keeps going off, and I have a motherboard off to the left being tested in what is actually the Fractal XL, and I can literally turn that round so that you can see it, so that you know I'm not pulling your plum. You can also see the fact that I have the Fractal white over there, and that's because at the moment I actually really like these cases. They're really helping me with the builds. The XL is the one that I use the most because of the extra room, because I'm always in and out of the case replacing motherboards and stuff like that. For you at home that are going to build and leave it on your desk, the normal 7 is going to be the way to go. That's also why the CPU system, which is what that is, notice I didn't let it hit the floor because I'm not a clickbait monkey. Because the normal CPU system for the Z490s is in that one. So I only have to change the CPUs in that one, so that one's the normal 7. I have to change motherboards in that one, which is why I'm using the XL, because I end up using actual cases for the reviews rather than the test bench, because that's more real world. And the extra space in the XL just means I can get the motherboards in and out easier with all the cables and stuff still fitted. So this has been a little excerpt for the regulars to let you know that I'm trying my best. I am trying to smash out as much content as possible, but at this present moment in time, it is nuts. And I have literally, I kid you not, 14 motherboards within my eyesight that I have to get done within the next few weeks. It's going to be busy times, and yeah, it's all good. But B550 is here. Now, I know in a year's time that's not going to make any sense, and if you are one of the people that have actually watched to the very end because you realise the video hadn't finished and you're not necessarily a regular, maybe this is the start of your regular journey. But for now at least, this is the tiniest one, over and out, again. And maybe I'll put this on Facebook. Haven't got a clue.